Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise in support of Mr. Maloney's motion and to underscore the importance of the safety of dams. I'd like to talk for a moment about a small town growing up in West Texas. I heard often the story of a fateful night in Sanderson, Texas in June of 1965 after heavy rains caused a 15-foot wall of water to come rolling through Sanderson Canyon. The water came down with such force that it turned bridges and buildings into torpedoes. 2 cemeteries lost burial markers, caskets were washed out, families lost homes, many lost everything. 28 people in Sanderson, Texas died and 2 were never recovered. Since that flood in 1965, 11 dams were built, which in unison have acted as a flood control system for Sanderson Canyon. We don't want any more Sanderson flood type experiences. El Paso, Presidio, Del Rio all have experiences with water rushing through canyons and coming through and causing damage. And the only thing that has saved life and property has been these dams that have been in existence now for some time. Those dams are incredibly important, as the ranking member mentioned earlier. They're incredibly important in saving property, they're incredibly important in saving lives, and significantly, across the country, nearly half of these dams are more than 50 years old. It is incredibly important that they be maintained and maintained well. In Del Rio, Amistad Dam holds water from the Rio Grande, the Pecos River, and the Doubles River. Imagine the importance of that dam. And while that dam is maintained by a binational commission, there are many other dams in that region and in that area that serve not only to save water for agricultural purposes, but many other purposes as well. And in fact, even in San Antonio, the world-famous Riverwalk is controlled by a series of small dams, and when it rains there, as it has recently, those dams have become incredibly, incredibly important. Again, Madam Speaker, I rise to support Mr. Maloney's motion. In that Sanderson example that I gave earlier, households up until recently have been spending $700 a year on flood insurance annually, even if there hasn't been a flood in 4.5 decades. We can save a lot of people a lot of money if we just make sure that these dams are built well, that they're maintained well, and that they serve their function not only now, but in the foreseeable future. So with that, Madam Speaker, again, I thank Mr. Maloney for bringing this issue to the attention of the membership of the Congress, and again, I rise in support of his motion to instruct. I yield back the balance of my time.